Hello, welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us today. I'm Donna Bishop and it is my pleasure to be moderating this amazing conversation today. Welcome to the North American launch of Glacio Skincare. You are about to hear from two amazing women joining us from the Philadelphia area and in Vancouver. So let's get to it. It is my pleasure to be here with Angelique Ling and Dr. Nyat Nguyen, who are the co-founders of Glacio Skincare. Angelique, I'd like to start with you. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the meat of the conversation?
Hello all, so nice to be here. I'm Angelique Lương. I am a single mom of 3 angels. I live in Vietnam for 47 years and we just moved to Vancouver a few months ago to devote 100% into Glacio project.
Amazing. Welcome. Vancouver's such a beautiful city. And Nyat, can you tell us a little bit about you, please?
So it's my pleasure to be here. My name is Nhật Nguyen. I am a chemical engineer by training, and my passion is to create unique, personalized, and natural skincare products for all genders. Professionally, I am an epidemiologist in infectious disease modeling. And outside of work, I am a very fortunate mom of 2 little energetic toddlers who I love to spend all my time with.
Amazing. So mothers all, power to the moms. Angelique, you have a very strong background in skincare in Vietnam. Can you please tell us a little bit, before we talk about Glacio specifically, tell us a little bit about what the beauty industry means to you and why you have devoted so much of your professional career to it?
Actually, after working as an investment officer for IFC World Bank, I invested in myself to build the Stella Ivy Cosmetic in Vietnam at 2001. And luckily, after 10 years, we become the biggest distribution network on cosmetic in the market. And then I recognized that the beauty is not only putting cosmetic on the surface, but also from the self-care, self-confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to inspire people, both women and men, to stay appealing from inside out, and that the beauty industry could help.
That message of self-care and confidence, I think, resonates with so many of us. Nyat, what is it about the beauty industry that appeals to you as a chemical engineer and an epidemiologist? Is it something you've always had an interest in?
Yeah, so what I love the most about the beauty industry is that there is room for everybody, regardless of their age, time, budget, and financial means. The current industry places a lot of focus on women, especially the younger generations, who can spare an hour from their daily routine um, just for skincare. And as a working mom of 2 children, I found that 15 minutes in the morning very precious in terms of self-care before getting everybody out of the door for school. And that 15 minutes of self-care to me is that what going to help us weather through all of the difficulties in life, all of the tough days, as a constant reminder of self-love and empowerment.
I hear both of you talking about these precious few moments, and I think whether we are parents or working, whatever our commitments are during the day, finding those moments to take care of ourselves and take a moment of calm to take care of our skin, to take care of our spirit, is very important to the both of you. Angelique, what was the moment that gave you the inspiration for Glacio? Was there something specific that happened in your life that was the real spark to bring this to life?
Yes, in 2011, I had a very happy accident that broke
A
my
very
backbone.
happy and a very heavy or happy?
Happy, very
Heavy,
happy,
yes.
very happy accident that I broke three of my backbones. Then I could not go to work as normal. I decided to stay home few years to work and to do research and develop a better life of skincare for beauty and for environment during my recovering time for 3-4 years. Then I told my cousin Nick my plan, and he introduced me with his friend, that Dr. Nyat, who is a chemist, graduated from Berkeley at that time. And Nyat was so kind to agree working with me as the chief scientist and me as the lab practitioner for her at that time. And we do a lot of testing and trial on different kinds of natural ingredients before we finally stick on Baltic Amber and Canada Glacier after 8 years.
Well, and we will definitely explore those really unique ingredients in a minute. What an inspiration to have been in such a life-altering accident, Angelique, and then to use that as some time to reflect and fuel to create something new. Now, when Angelique shared her vision of building a skincare brand from the very inception, like you're literally building it from the ground up, what was it about her vision that really resonated with you, such that you decided to join her at the very, very, very beginning stages?
So, long time ago, I wrote a college essay about my dream of creating a beauty brand, and that essay got me to college. Then, during my college time, I learned that turning a lab formula to a product takes a lot more than just scientific knowledge. So couple years, like fast forward to a couple years later, I got an opportunity to study clinical medicine at Oxford, and my dream of creating the skincare brand slowly faded away. So when I met Angelique and Nick, they besides their vision of creating a unique skincare brand for all genders, they provided me with this platform for my creativities, and also like that platform serve as a connections from my creations to the customers, and it was almost like an instant click between us. And Angelique is a wonderful woman. She's a mom of three very, very well-grounded children, and she has inspired me in many different ways, not just Glacio.
I can see what mutual respect and affection you have for one another, and yet how serendipitous to have written this essay to get into college and just sort of maybe think that wasn't going to happen, only to have that very dream, that very goal come around years later. That must be such a wonderful feeling.
Yes, when I wrote it, I really meant it, but then I was 18 years old at that point, so it was different.
Angelique, you have this really, really simple, but I'm curious to hear more about what your slogan or tag or mantra is for the brand. Live artfully, live with intention. That sounds like it's the real guiding force of your brand.
You know, that sounds simple, but that saved me after the accident. Like half of people who broke like 3 backbones will lay down the rest of their life. But right away at that time, I think that I have to be the useful human being, and I start with. So as a fine art collector, I can see life is beautiful in any circumstances if we look at things artfully and positively. So to me, the process of becoming old is a luxury to be enjoyed. So anti-aging skincare is the way that you take care of those love life that you develop over time from laughing so much. So when you giving them some care, some vitamin, like as same care as you would with your inner organ.
Mm-hmm.
So I age as I live gracefully, confidently, and intentionally. That is what artfully and intentionally mean.
I hear you saying how skin is something to be enjoyed and respected and nourished at all stages of our
Mm.
lives, and how when you reference our laugh lines and whatnot, that they are things to be nourished as well. That's such a beautiful way of looking at time passing. I'd like to get into the science because there are such interesting ingredients. And Nyat, I'd like to hear a little bit from you about what was the R&D process like when you were, just starting to bring Glacio to life. How long did it take for you and Angelique to come together with this finished product? Because I sense that this live with intention can very much be applied to the methodic and careful way that you explored ingredients.
So since our very early concept, the main focus of our main focus was always about selecting the best and the finest ingredients. We tried various things from Manuka honey with the highest UMF ratings at a natural antibiotics in our very early formula for acne mask, and to the precious Baltic amber extract. I would say that the R&D process in the last 8 years was very customer focused, and it was not business driven at all. We kept refining our formulas in terms of texture and smell until we to make it gender neutral. And at the same time, we had to stick to our minimalistic vision in terms of the number of active ingredients. Our module was to optimize the skincare regimens that allow our customers to experience the whole skincare routine without filling their bathroom shelf with 10 different kind of jars and bottles.
I think there are many of us with many, many jars and bottles in our cabinets and on our shelves. Okay, I want to hear about this glacial marine mineral water. This is something that you've both mentioned a couple of times. Nat, what exactly is this ingredient? Where does it fall into the chemistry and the formulation?
So I would describe glacial marine water as some sort of an enriched water, just like to the general audience. Many skincare products contain water as the highest percentage ingredients on the labels. So in our quest of completing the our formulas, the Glacial Marine Water was like this magical finish touch that makes the brand so special. It composed of 69 different minerals and rare earth elements such as like potassium, magnesium, and iron and coppers, but it provides that dedicated and holistic balance between achieving an optimal antibacterial and skin healing properties, but at the same time remains like calm to all kind of skincare that doesn't cause like any irritation even to like the most sensitive skin.
Angelique, this sounds so interesting. The 69 minerals that are in the enriched water, as Nat said. How did you come to discover this ingredient? Was there quite a process? Is it a Canadian ingredient?
Yes, on 2019, I went to Vancouver, and I go with my cousin Nick to the Glacier Marine Mine. So we found out that that's the very like out of my imagine. In the beginning, I think they just come to the ocean and take the water, but actually not. Uh, they have a very comprehensive process with all kind of machine that they have to dig the mud under the ocean. Then
Wow. Okay.
that kind of mud will be transferred to the factory, and in the factory we have the whole lines of machine to separate the liquid in the mud. Is called the glacier marine water. That's the purest water in this earth, and we separate that liquid to use in glacier. So it's quite a process. It's not just go to the ocean and take the water.
That absolutely. And this idea of the enriched water, what I hear you saying is that this ingredient that is usually neutral and is there to literally carry all of the other ingredients is actually now an active ingredient in and of itself. Is that accurate? That because it's enriched water, it's an active ingredient itself?
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yes. So
now,
it's so
keep going yet, please.
no. So like normally like normal water will just like act as like more like a binding agent and then a solution that provide the environment for the other active ingredients. And then for our formula we use like a glacial marine water like in order to maximize the benefit of just like having, instead of having like pure water, this kind of enriched water like provide like the perfect balance for the other active ingredients to perform on.
And can you tell us a little bit, Nat, about the amber extract? What is it about amber that is so exciting from a skincare point of view?
Well, so Baltic amber is very well known for containing succinic acid, and it has been linked to many benefits such as like skin smoothing, softening, and healing for reactive skins. Dermatologists also noted that succinic acid produces very quick results to chronic skin conditions such as like eczema and like acne due to the wonderful anti-inflammatory properties. So harnessing all of these like valuable properties, our amber extracts came from the highest quality source that's been documented, which is the Baltic Ocean. And the key ingredients is that is what gives like this key ingredient is what gives classy of products the ability to gently explore exfoliate the skin and also boosts the cellular turnover rate without causing any skin irritations or redness.
Angelique, it sounds like as you and Nat were going through the process of formulating the two products that you've started your brand with, that the intention of being very simple but very effective, very impactful was a real consideration and a real priority to you. Tell me about the amber from your point of view. What was it about the amber that got you so excited and wanting to put it in the formula?
So actually, we beside the scientist meaning, I do in jewelry for a long time in my company, and when we make the amber jewelry like this, the big things is we left the small thing, and before we don't use it, we just waste it. So yeah, so I when trying to use up the natural resource and save the environment, we don't want to waste anything. So we want to use it, the small thing after doing jewelry. Instead of throw it away, we use it to extract and to do cosmetic. So, and the Baltic amber also it's not the unlimited, it's a limit. So we harvest very carefully and limited, and we use up everything, not throw away anything.
Well, and the limited edition amber oil that you have, that you're launching right now, is such a beautiful example of how the amber, when it's used in this particular form, is used in the product. Can you talk a little bit about the limited edition oil and having the amber in that? Because it's just a beautiful product. Visually, I mean, we're
Actually,
going to see a photo of it.
yeah, it look nice. Here I have in my hand. It look very, yeah. To the serum, amber serum extract and the eye cream extract from amber, we use the succinic in the amber like active ingredient. But in the oil serum, we use the raw tiny amber that you not only benefit from the extract of the amber, which confuse over long time processing, like 2 years for each bottle. You also benefit from the energy of the gems itself. You know, the Baltic amber stay under the ocean of the Baltic Ocean for over 40 million years, and it's absorbed a lot of powerful energy from the ocean. And why is limited? Because to keep that natural energy from the ocean, we don't use any machine, electric power on the processing of the products, all used by my hand to keep the energy natural from the ocean and from human being hand only. No machine involved in this, from the uh, picking every tiny qualified raw amber and infuse it and everything by hand. And
I can hear
that's why
I can hear that live artfully, live with intention coming back as you're talking about how these ingredients are used in the products. It sounds
yeah,
like that is always top of mind, whether you're thinking about
yeah,
formulation or the benefits. That is front and center.
yeah. And when
What
people use the products, people will feel it. Actually, that is not a industrialized product. That is from my heart and my work every day, every bottle for 2 years. So that's all natural. So I think that's the user can be confident when they use the products that they know how it made from heart and how people care of making it. So that's like user, you will confidence when using it. You feel you be care, be luxury.
Angelique, can you talk a little bit about the experience of using the products for people who haven't had the pleasure of touching and feeling and using them? What can they expect in terms of texture and scent and whatnot? Can you speak a little bit about that, please?
Quite a lot of feedback, as you see on Facebook and Instagram and web. People who use it, they have quite high satisfaction on the product, and actually they like the delight textures and the natural smell of the eye cream and the serum. It's delight and absorb quickly, and it gives you it's non-stick. It's very pleasure to use it. That's what people feedback, and of
It
course you
sounds
have to
like
try to believe.
it sounds like it absorbs. What I hear you saying is that it absorbs very easily into the skin. It doesn't leave like a heavy, tacky kind of sensation on the skin, that it absorbs very quickly. Nyat, is that something you were keeping in mind as you were working on the formulation, to what the feeling on the skin was going to be as you were creating the formulations?
So this limited edition is supposed to be a seasonal item, and it is
The
ideal for the
oil,
winter
yes.
time. Yes, and it is ideal for the winter times when our skin just needs that additional layer to lock in all of the moisture on the surface. So this beautiful oil is very lightweight in texture, but it contains, like just like Angelique said, it contains the highest concentration of Baltic amber, and in its like most natural forms. So it's not only suitable for the winter time in the cold climate, but it's also very good for hotter climates where people spend a lot of like the high proportion of their days indoor in air conditioning.
Yes.
So this would make like a really beautiful night moisturizer at night that they can use. I wouldn't recommend using it during the day because it wouldn't go so well with makeup and
Yeah.
uh, other and sunblock. But then at night it would work wonderfully, and then you can wake up to this soft and moisturized and rested skin.
So it sounds like it's almost like a treatment that you can use on your skin while you sleep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That it's going to work while your body sleeps to help with cell rejuvenation and whatnot, as you're talking about. So as you're resting, the product is working on your skin, so you wake up in the morning. Is that
Mhm.
accurate, Angelique?
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
Amazing.
And remember, don't use it before makeup, okay? So
Angelique and Nyat, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been so interesting. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on YouTube, on Facebook. Thank you for being here. Contact information is about to be put up when we close out. So if you're looking for information on media, images, interview requests, Alana's email will be there at Lucid Communications. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Angelique and Nyat, thank you so much for being here. Have a great
thank
afternoon,
Thank
everyone.
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.